Yo, what's up? What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? What's up? All right. Testing one, two, three. So, welcome, guys, to this New York stream. So, basically, right now we are in the heat of the jobless claim. So, there has been a release. So, you can see it's really getting the markets crazy. Look at what gold is doing. Gold has been crazy. Gold has been on rampage. Oh, gold has been on rampage. All right, so we are going to focus on US30 and GU. So let's see. So, ta-da-da, ta-ta-da-doo, ta-da-da, ta-ta-da-da, ta-da-da, ta-ta-da-da, ta-da-da. Wow. All right, all right. Okay, guys, so let's get started. So basically, we are just waiting for this. Let's get started. So basically, we are just waiting for the. Let's get started. So we are waiting for this hour candle to close. So the moment this hour candle closes, then we can start looking out for trade opportunities. So for now, we are just watching out to see what's going on. All right, let me adjust my headset, man. All right, so I think we're good, man. Okay. So let me know if you were able to catch the move on goal. Let me know if you're able to do that. Yesterday, let's start with yesterday's recap. Yesterday, we had this sell call, which I said we should sell when price breaks the zone, which of course, if you did not catch the explanation or the breakdown, you can go back to uh, the record the stream yesterday to kind of wrap your mind around what we talked about, why we were looking out for this sell. So basically, I think last week I made mention that we're going to be looking out for sells on go because of the higher time frame structure or price action. So basically, you can see, which I noted this area, that price is not going anywhere bullish because it's just retesting the broken structure here on the H4, which of course coincide with the daily time frame. So if I switch to my daily time frame, obviously you would see that, and you can see that this previous neckline here on the daily has been taken out. So we did mention a whole lot on this last week. So basically, this sell is not a surprise to us because we had already taken our time to break down what we are expecting on gold. So at this point, people will be asking what is the next move. So let me just quickly show you guys what I'm expecting on gold. So basically, this is where gold is expected to kind of retest and give us some sort of reaction, unless of course the volume or the data released during this jobless claim is enough, has the enough volume to kind of push gold downwards. So meaning that we should see more strength on the USD. So let's just quickly look at the index. That's where we're gonna have an idea of where we are heading to in the next 1, 2, 5, 6 days. So basically in the next week we have one day remaining for the close of this week. So basically, as you can see, the index has been in a strong bullish trend. So for those of us that joined the analysis last time, we realized that I made mention that I'm looking out for a retest and a bullish continuation, which is what exactly happened after this break of structure. So that is what gave room for us to look out for gold sales earlier. Okay, that was last week. So we have been in a bullish trend on the index, and you can see price has respected market structure by giving us highs and higher and lows. So the structure has maintained bullish. So basically, let's look at a higher time frame to have an idea of where price is heading to. So this is the daily time frame, and we can see that there is still room for price to fill. There's still room here. So basically, we should see more drop on gold. That is basically what it means. That is, if we are expecting more strength on the USD, then we should see gold going the opposite direction. All right, so we have 4 minutes to go to start looking out for setup. So like I said, gold has already done its thing, so we would not really be focusing on gold in the stream because we do not have that liberty. There has been some massive move already. So let's take a look at US30, which probably would be our bet for this afternoon or for this morning, depending on where you're joining us from. So let's look at the hour time frame. This was a break we identified yesterday, but we did not take this move because we had missed it before it. The move has already started happening before we could uh, come online. So what am I looking forward to today? Price has been trading within this psychological level for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 hours. For the past 15 hours, price has been trading within this psychological level. So in other words, what are we expecting? Or what is my expectation? I'm expecting price to at least push higher into this psychological level. Now there is some resistance to the left hand side, so that is why we will have to wait for confirmation to see that volume is coming in to give us higher highs. That is when we are going to engage. So let's step down to the lower time frame and start planning, because we're not just going to wait for it to start happening before we can say, oh, let's jump in this. That is not my kind of style. Now there was an opportunity to join the buy earlier, but that is a pass. So now we are going to be patiently waiting for another opportunity. Now, where are we going to be looking out for a buy opportunity? I would prefer if we have a retest of this broken structure, then have some rejection, then I can look out for a buy towards this next psychological level. So basically, this is where I'm expecting price to kind of retest for me to look out for a buy opportunity. So we have had series of rejection. Why am I looking for this buy? Because we have had series of rejection here. So price could not get to this next psychological level, but it has been trading within the 32,700 psychological level, and it has been giving us some bullish concerns. Because if you take a critical look at this area, you realize that there are more bullish structure than that of a sell. So it is 1 p.m. GMT. The new hour candle has just opened. So just gonna be patient to see if we can have price drop to at least retest 50% of this previous hour candle before we can now look out to join the buys. So you still step down to the M15 to look out for a clearer pattern. So we're gonna stay on the M15, guys. So let's just uh, give a clue there. Buy when price retests the zone. No. Retests the zone. So we need to see price retest this zone and probably give us some rejection, some signs of rejection, then we can now join. There's also another opportunity to look out for buys when it breaks this previous candle's high. But the question here is that where are we going to use as our stop loss? You need to always define where you are going to use as your stop loss. That means defining your risk. Because if you do not define your risk, many a times you are going to pick trades that you are always going to be highly exposed. So that is why we need to be a bit patient and take trades that at least we are able to manage our risks. So we're going back to GU. So GU is still giving us that selling vibe, which we had already made mention of yesterday. So basically, for those that have been in the sell, you are still in a profit. You are still in a profit. GU had not gone to our stop loss. So that was the entry. It did come back to retest the entry. Now it's dropping once more. So GU is still giving us that selling vibe. So basically, you don't want to do otherwise. If you're not in any trade on GU, then don't take a trade. I wouldn't advise you to pick any trade at this point. You just have to kind of relax and wait. So let's stay on our US30. So, for those of us that join us for some time, know that when it comes to US30, we like to look out for opportunity when it is 1:30 p.m. GMT, 1:30 p.m. So at that time, we'll see volume coming in. So we just want to stay within our volume time. Okay. So it's pushing it as taking out that next psychological level. So we're just going to be patient. There's nothing you can do. Goal is actually reacting to that zone, that daily zone. Wow, that's massive there. That is a nice one. So basically, like I said, I'm not really interested on Go because I need to see some confirmations before I jump in. So still patient, guys. You let's see. Okay, so let's go back to the board and see. So we have home sales coming in by 2. So let's see what happens by 1:30. Anyways, like I said, you just gotta wait and be patient. Rome was not built in a day. Trading is not a get rich quick scheme. It is a business. So, looking at the fundamentals here on US30, one might want to think that we would be going bearish because it's all red here. We just have a few of them being green. So it kind of looks like we might be going bearish. Let's stay tuned. So as usual, if you have questions, just drop them in the chat box. So we are still patiently waiting, guys. It's just 11 minutes since the beginning of this hour. So there is no point to be in a hurry. Let's see if we can get us some music. This is why it's called the waiting game. You gotta wait the patient. So let's check back the 4 hour time frame because we always need to be sure of the direction so that you know that you are trading in line with the higher time frame. You don't want to trade against the higher time frame. So though on the 4 hour we have been in a strong bearish trend, so basically what I'm expecting here is some correction. So let's just pull our fib here. Okay, so you can see that is exactly 23. So look from this area, so coming from the rejection, so you can see where we are. Okay, that is just a little bit above our 23%. This red line is 23. So we just want to see if we can get some correction into that area, and that coincides with this rejection right here. So it's a significant level or a significant price point. Gold is really doing the rejection there. So we go back to our lower time frame to see what is going on there. All right. So the first 15 minutes are about to close. The first 15 minutes are about to close. So we're just going to see what's up, man. Still hoping to see price drop. All right, so the new 15 minutes candle is up. It will be best if we get a clean retest in the zone. It will be best. So that if we do, then we will be looking at this risk to reward. So we're just going to be looking at below the previous candle, that will be our stop loss. Then we can now look at this as our target. So we're going to be looking at something of this sort. So that is what basically what I'll be waiting for. So meaning that we'll be risking about 60 pips, so that is 600 points. While we'll be going for 146 pips, that's about 1460 points. So we can see the need to be patient. Gotta be patient, gotta be patient, gotta be patient. 37. 'All right, so we are still watching. We're still watching. All right, so it's approaching our retest zone. This is just 3 minutes into the 15 minutes candle. So let's go see what M5. So let's turn the M5 and see. Because if it's going to reject, we should be able to see it on the M5. We should be able to see on the M5. So even on the M5, we could see the rejection. We see a higher low. So price is just giving us new highs. The structure is changing in favor of the bulls on the 5 minutes time frame. So let's see if that structure can hold. So it's approaching, it's right now it's in the zone. So basically what we just want to do is to be patient and see what happens. Mm. 1 minute for this 5 minutes candle to close. Whoa, go really, really doing some amazing correction there. So this is it. Let's check it out on the 15 minutes time frame. So 15 minutes time frame has dipped. So you can see this is the area. So it might close as a rejection. So I will prefer to have a confirmation. I'll prefer to have a confirmation. One, some people would like to just jump in here. For me, I'm just being a bit reserved. I wanted to see it deep a bit into the zone. I wanted to see it more into the zone. So now the 30 minutes is doing that correction that we were expecting. So it's more than 30 50% of the previous candle. So now we're still waiting for a little more of the dip before we can jump in. Just a little more. Just a little more of the dip. So that little more will give us some more correction, maybe about 50% correction on the hourly time frame, and that will be perfect. That will be perfect. That will be perfect. Right, so it has dipped a little more. So at this point, we are 7 minutes away from the 30 minutes candle, the new 30 minutes candle to open, which is our volume time, the time with which we are actually expecting to see some volume. So patience is still required. Patience is required. If we were left with about 2 minutes, I would have entered instantly. But we have about 6 minutes for this candle to close. So even though it has gotten to our entry point, I wouldn't want to risk it. There are days that you feel like risking, but for today, I don't feel like risking it. So I'm gonna be patiently waiting. So we have 5 minutes more. Let's see how that 5 minutes closed. So we have 5 minutes more for this 30 minutes candle to close. So now price has come right to exactly the point with which we're expecting to pick our trade. So let's see. Let's see if it's going to close this way for us. Then we can just take the risk. Gold is really. So gold has basically done, let's see. Gold has done more than 60%. It's about 60, let's say about 65% of the sell move. That's crazy. So we are already seeing some buy coming in, though we still have about 3 minutes for this candle to close. So we have 2 minutes to go. So we're looking forward for this 5 minutes to close bullish, then we can jump in. Have about a minute to go. So it's pushing already before the time. Pushing already. So it did like as expected. It's pushing. It did drop into this zone, and now we are seeing some buy coming in there. So we should see a buy continuation. Let's see. Oh no. We didn't get the buy continuation. So volume came in, but we did not have the buy continuation. So in this case, what we can do, instead of having that instant execution, we're just gonna be playing safe to see if price come back bullish to break the current candle's high, then we are going bullish. So this is one of the reasons that made me to say we have to be patient, we have to wait, because if we had joined this trade instantly, what happened? We could have been in a couple of profits, which is not much at all, and you would have ended up being taken out. So you could have been in about 32 pips profits. So which is not encouraging, especially when it has to do with US30. So volume came in. We could not take the sells because we were expecting buys. So there has still been no trade for the moment. So we go back to our M30 to watch and see. So even on the M30, we, aside from price rejecting this psychological level, it was still showing us a possibility for price to go bullish. So for now, we want to believe that price wants to continue in line with the fundamental, also in line with the higher time frame trend. All right, so gold, thing with what is happening on gold, we have a sell opportunity. So gold, let's look at 65. That's much. So let's see if gold can come back to this point, then we can go for sells on gold. So we're gonna be risking looking forward for it retesting 1942. So let's see. So if price gets back to 1950.18, we are joining sells on gold, risking 43 pips, and that will be our first trade. Still hanging on. Wow, okay. That was so fast. That was so fast. So we couldn't get in. So unless it was a sell stop, a sell limit before, you would have been filled in. For instant execution, that was so fast. So new 5 minutes opening, and it's already showing bearish. I guess we missed that as well. Yesterday I told us that today is Thursday, and many a time Thursday is referred to as Thursday madness, because the market makers sometimes wants to uh, balance their sheet against the new week, because today is Thursday, so tomorrow is Friday. They want to start now to balance their sheet. So as they balance their sheet, it reflects in the market. That is why if you go back to your chart and back test, you realize that Thursdays mostly have the highest number of irrational behavior in the market. And when we have key events, let's say for example the CPI on Thursday, the jobless claim, interest rate, FOMC, okay, FOMC mostly are Wednesdays. So when we have these key fundamentals on Thursday, then I would advise you stay away from such fundamentals, because it is gonna come with erratic behaviors, which sometimes can put your account in danger. Just like what we have seen today, we saw a strong drop on gold, so this was the golden buzzer. So if you did not catch this, so all right, so it's back to our potential entry. So let's see if it gets back there, then we are now entering the or picking the trade. It keeps shying away from the entry point. It keeps shying away. Why? So this setup is invalid. Gold is trying to test our patience. So at this point, this setup is invalid, because we can no longer take this trade. It has shied away from our entry twice, and we did not have a sell stop or a sell limit for it to have triggered. So looking at the way it's dropping into this zone, there is no point waiting for it to come back and re-enter. So it's just too fast. So this is a pass for us. So, but if you were able to pick the trade, you can hold. Yeah, but if you were not, it's a pass. I couldn't pick it, so it's a pass for me. All right, so some days are like that. So there is no point pinching yourself. This is why it's called the waiting game. You need to be patient and wait. So GU is 16 pips shy away from target. So let's stay on US30 since it's giving us that bearish continuation vibe. Let's go to the daily. So on the daily, we still have some range to fill. So at least I should see price drop all the way to this level. All right, so it's still not breaking this zone, this rejection point, which it has respected for a period of time. So we're still watching out to see how it's going to react at that point. Now the first volume time has come and we did see price drop. So we're waiting to see how this hour candle closes. Then we can project the direction for which it will likely go for our short-term trade. Gold is doing what we expected, but unfortunately we did not cash in. It's quite unfortunate. We had decided to jump in regardless. We would have made 49 pips. So in the next 15 minutes, we have home sales coming in. So look at what US30 is doing is currently rejecting that previous rejection point. So for me, this is a no trading zone on US30. Let's mark it out. This entire zone is gonna be a no trading zone for me. No matter price action formed here, there is no need to engage. Because if you take a critical look at what price has been doing over time, we saw price, let's take that out. Saw what price did here yesterday when it broke this psychological level. We saw a smooth drop to this point. Now that psychological level was tested again, another smooth drop down. So this is the third time we have seen a retest at this same point, and the reaction has been the same. So therefore means that there's a high probability that there are a lot of sellers sitting at this point. So looking at the volume that came in the past 15 minutes, there's a high probability that we should be continuing bearish. So the best thing to do is, if one wants to take any risk, is probably look out for sales, maybe a sell stop below the current candle's low, meaning that if this candle breaks its own low, it means that there is volume that is enough to break this previous rejection to push price lower. Remember, we are dealing with volume. So if there's going to be volume to push price downwards, then sell stop at this point makes sense. Sell stop will make sense. So we have about 12 minutes for this hour candle to close. We are just 3 minutes into this new 15 minutes candle. So patience is required. So far no trade yet, but there was an opportunity for us to have captured something on go, which we could have taken about 50 pips, but we were not able to maximize that opportunity. So we're still holding on. Oh, so it has broken its own low as anticipated. So bearish continuation. Let's define our stop loss. Let's define our stop loss. So if we were not able to pick the trade, just hold on. It might retrace back to entry, then you can join. If you did not put in a sell stop, just hold on. So we are risking 63 pips going for 183, which of course this would be our first exit point, and then that would be about 100 pips because we are picking that trade at a psychological level. So all right, so if you were not able to join, you can still join regardless. So we are taking that risk. 8 minutes to go, 4 days hour candle to close. Is it gonna take us out? Let's see. All right, so we are in the trade. So this is our first trade, US30 sell. So let's see how it goes. So basically we are counting on volume to push price lower. So let's see. We are keeping our risk tight, 63 pips, while our reward high. So our first point of exit consideration would be this next psychological level. Unless of course we see some reaction around this zone, then we would consider probably taking partials and of course breaking even, which of course that wouldn't be a bad idea considering the distance. That would be about 55 pips. There's still volume, so let's see who wins. 5 minutes more for this hour candle to close. Ooh, we are beginning to see some green coming in. Oh, Microsoft is blue or green. Whoa. Then the current fundamentals, it's crazy. With the current fundamentals. So if we take an L on this trade, then we would be shutting down for the day because there are not many opportunities available at this point in time. So I'm just going to hold on to see how this hour candle closes. But on the fundamental side of things, it's not looking good. So 2 minutes to go. Okay. So this hour candle is ending in the next 30 seconds. So let's see. Are we opening higher or are we opening lower? Alright, the new hour candle is up. And I don't think we will stand a chance. Alright, unfortunately, we are out. So like I said, the fundamental was not supporting the sales any longer. But we had to go with the technicals. You can't be jumping in and out of trades. So today was not so good. That was an L on that pair. So we come back stronger tomorrow and we will recover all. So far this week we are positive. So we will close the week positive as well. All right, guys. So this is where we will be ending the stream. So see you in our next stream. Bye.